Alright, these are the items you're going to need to winterize your camper. Okay. I got antifreeze there. That's to pour down the drains. I got a ratchet with an extension and a socket. This is an 1 1/16 socket, my application. And this is anode rod if you need to change them. I'll put a link to where you can get the anode rod. Okay, this is an 1 1/16 nut, so that's the socket, 1 1/16. Oh, you're gonna need Teflon tape to wrap around these threads. If you need to change the anodes, you don't know until you pull it. But I normally change mine once a year. It'll be pretty well corroded, so I'll just change it. Like I always keep a couple of them on hand. You're gonna need a couple plastic bags. Okay, and that's gonna be for your water filter. And you just take the plastic bags. I got them double. It's to keep them plugged in your compartment when you take the water filter off. If you want to keep water out of that compartment, which I do. And if any drips, I just sop it up with a paper towel. Okay, another thing I do, you need a heater. The heater, like I said. I pull this cap right here. This goes under the shower, and I'm gonna show you why. Okay. Now, right under the shower here, I pull that cap. Now, if you open the outside compartment and look through there, you can see light. Okay. So what that does, that puts heat to where that's where all your plumbing is, and the water filter and everything is in that compartment under there. So, see, when you run your this camper has a heater, a furnace, I should say, and a heat pump. Now, when you run the furnace, which is gas-operated furnace, which is right here on the refrigerator, the intake for it. When you run the furnace, it pumps hot air into that compartment under the shower. A lot of people don't know that, but it does. And that's why your water pump, your water filter, all your water stuff is there. Now the water tank is under the bed in the back, which I'm going to drain, and there won't be any water in it. Okay. So when you're running a heat pump, like I said, it's not gonna get any hot air under there. So that's like if you're camping in the wintertime, every now and then run your furnace, and it'll defrost, it'll keep it warm under there. Or you can put a light. Some people put a incandescent light. All right, I run the heater. Now this heater's blowing. The heater's blowing into that direction. And what it does, it hits that step and blows it back this way. And it's oscillating. You don't need to oscillate it. And the lowest setting on this heater is 65. And I set it's on maximum now, I think. No, it's on 60, not 65. 60 is the lowest setting. So I'll leave it on that. I'm gonna just, whatever heater you have, just put it on the lowest setting. Alright. I also like to drain the water out of the sink, the gray water, what they call the gray water. In this case, the plumbing, the other water is all good. It's the sewage is dump. And it wouldn't hurt to put a little antifreeze down the toilet, if you need to. I always do. I just put a little bit. Like I said, these drains, little antifreeze goes in here, antifreeze goes in the shower, antifreeze goes in the bathroom, lavatory, and just a little bit of antifreeze. Okay, so that's how we do it here. So we're going to go out and I'm going to show you in detail how to do this. Like I say, these gonna be a link below for these anodes. If you have a water heater that takes anodes, some of them doesn't. Some of them aluminum water heater anodes won't do any good. What the anodes do, anodes is like anybody familiar with a ship or a tugboat or anything like that, a boat. You put anodes on the boat in the water, and what it does, it keeps corrosion from getting on the boat, and it's a sacrificial piece. It corrodes before your boat does. So the same thing with a water heater. This goes way into the water heater, and it'll corrode before your water heater corrodes. So it's good to change them once a year. Like I said, I have a link below on where to get them. Okay, this is how we winterize our motorhome. Okay, the first thing I do, I pull the plug on the water heater. Not the water heater, the water tank, the main water tank. The lowest part, you come under here, and there's a couple lines hanging there. There's a red line and the blue line. The red line has a cap on it, so I remove that cap. Then I put this gutter, so the water comes down, rains on, goes in the gutter, so it goes away from the camper. But you can just let it go on the ground if you like. Now once that's open, that's not going to drain the water. On this motorhome, okay, what we got to do is there's a valve, and you can see the valve on the blue line. Okay, that valve is turned in the direction that it's turned in, even with the line. This is it right here. This would be closed. That's the way you'd find it. You turn this, and it'll drain you. Now here's the cap that we took off. The cap is winterized right now, so. All right. Then I pull the water filter. Here's the water filter. And the water filter goes right here. All right, this is full of water, so I'll pull that. This is just a cover right here that covers this part of it. Now, I'll let that drain. All right, as that's draining, I'll come in the camper and I'll open all the faucets. And there's also one on the outside of the camper I'll open all the faucets. Just open them all the way. In the bathroom and also the shower. And like I said, don't forget the outside shower. Okay. Then I'll run the water pump. Let's see. And I run the water out with the water pump. Once the tank is drained. Okay. Then I'll put antifreeze in all the traps. In the sinks, in the shower, I'll pour in antifreeze. And as a double precaution, I'll have a little heater that I put on low. Put that heater on, I put it on real low, and it'll only kick on when it gets cold in here. It's a real good little heater. Okay. You don't have to put the heater if you don't have electricity. Just an extra precaution. All right. For the rest of the winterizer, come around this particular camper. to this side of the camper. And like I said, this has already been winterized. Okay, what I do, there's a shower in here for your outside shower, like when you're at the beach or something. Open that. Those are open. This is locked right now, but they're open. Then I'll pull this plug. Okay. This has already been pulled. Let's get a wrench. All right. This water heater is a Suburban, and the Suburban you'll have a steel plug with an anode rod. This should be real long. With this rod right here, this anode rod should be real long. What I'm gonna do is I gotta change that. It's gonna be in another video. And you let all the water, and all the water's gonna drain out of here. And if you open this valve right here, it'll drain faster. But you let it totally drain. Okay. And that's pretty much how we do it now. Sometimes I'll go to my water, my inlet on my water, and what I'll do is put air, compressed air. I'll blow compressed air through here once everything's drained. But you don't want to put more than 30 pounds of pressure. I don't even put that whenever I do it. I don't always do that. You don't have to do that. So it depends how cold it gets. Now it only gets down in it might get in the 20s here. So we don't get anything colder than that. So, and that's how we winterize it. And then you just reverse everything when you finish. And the weather starts warming up. See, I think I covered everything. You drain the fresh water, open all valves, and you run the water pump. Okay, you pull water heater plug. Okay. Let's see. You pull the water filter, and like I said, you can put compressed air in that fitting. This fitting right here. All right. And then I put antifreeze in all the drains, just as a super extra precaution. And I put a small heater in the camper. And that's how we do it. How we do it here, winterized camper.